Good morning, all. Welcome to video lesson. Today, I am going to discuss about a very interesting topic about Darlington pair, which is from electronic device and circuit subject. Okay. So, before discussing about Darlington pair, we should have the knowledge about amplifiers and different types of amplifier configurations. That is common base, common emitter, common collector, and also multi-stage amplifiers in that cascade and cascade. Okay, this is an example of cascade amplifier. Since we already discussed about emitter follower circuit, or it is also called as common collector amplifier circuit. Okay, in that common collector amplifier, uh, we have discussed about the statistics, that is various parameters which are associated with the common collector amplifier, that is input impedance, output impedance, that is input resistance, output resistance, voltage gain, current gain, etc. As we know, another name of common collector is emitter follower. So what is the meaning of emitter follower? It follows the input. Okay, as we know, since it is common collector amplifier circuit, in that the output is taken at the emitter. So the emitter follows the input signal. Okay, means when we calculate the current gain, this is exactly equal to 1. Therefore, the current gain is defined as the ratio of output current to the input current. Therefore, when the current gain is equal to 1, then output current is equal to input current. So, means the output current follows the input current. So, here what is the output current? Since it is common collector, at emitter we are taking the output. Therefore, output emitter current is equal to input base current. Okay, here the Darlington amplifier are also called as Darlington pair of transistors. It employs a Darlington pair of transistors. Just now I told it is a cascaded emitter follower circuit, that is common collector configuration. A cascading of two CC common collector configurations is nothing but Darlington pair. Sometimes it is packed as a single composite transistor with only three terminals outside the package. They are base, emitter, and collector. Similar to our transistor, uh, normal transistor is also having three terminals, base, emitter, collector. Here, the remaining three here actually cascading of two transistors is nothing but each transistor is having three terminals, but here in this it shows only the three terminals outside the package. So the remaining three, how these are configured or connected, let us see. This is a Darlington pair connection, and this block, this rectangular box is the package. So outside base, emitter, and collector, three terminals only came out. So this both is complete one emitter connection. This is base connection, this is collector connection. Whenever we want to give the input, here emitter to base input is applied, and whenever we want to measure the output, collector to emitter, across collector and emitter we can measure the output. And inside this package the connection were made like this. Here two transistors are tied Okay, how they are titled from the first stage transistor emitter to second stage base. It is connected to first stage of emitter to second stage of base, that is T2 base, and both the transistors collectors are tied and it is taken as single collector. Okay, two collectors are connected and it is taken as single collector, and first stage transistor emitter is connected to second stage transistor base. Okay, and the first stage base is taken out and it is taken as base. The second stage emitter is taken out and it is taken as emitter. So this is base, this is collector, and this is emitter. Whenever we want to connect input and output, this emitter is taken as common to input and output. Therefore, across base and emitter, we can apply the input, and across collector and emitter, we can measure the output. This is the Darlington pair connection. This is very important and easy multi-stage amplifier, which are both the stages are common collector. Hence, these two are identical. Thus, this multi-stage amplifier coupling is called as cascading. A Darlington pair behaves like a single transistor, meaning it has one base collector and emitter. Okay, just now I shown. It is typically creates a high current gain. Actually, this is used to get very high current gain. How the current gain of first transistor, since it is common collector, is 1 and it is connected to the second stage. So first stage transistor gain and second stage transistor gain, both the gains are multiplied, therefore it may be increased. Therefore it is used for high current gain applications. Approximately the product of the gains of two transistors due to the fact that their beta values multiply together. Okay, beta is nothing but current gain. A general relation between the compound current gain and the individual current gains is given by let beta 1 and beta 2 are individual current gains of each transistor. Then the overall beta, total beta is equal to beta 1 multiplied with beta 2. Therefore, the two transistors gains are get multiplied. Therefore, the overall gain of this Darlington pair is may be increased. Let us discuss about the working. The first transistor's emitter is connected to the base of the second transistor. Okay, just now I shown the first transistor emitter is connected to the base of the second transistor. The second transistor forms the load impedance of the first transistor. Since we are taking the output at emitter, therefore whatever we are connecting at emitter is nothing but load. Across load we can measure the output. Therefore, the second stage transistor is now acts as load to the first stage transistor, load impedance of the first stage transistor. The input signal varies the base current of the first transistor. Since we are applying the input across base and emitter, which is the base is taken from the first stage of transistor, therefore whatever the input signal we are applied to the base, that is the input to overall Darlington pair. If it varies, the total signal varies. This produces the variations in the emitter in the first transistor T1. Okay, if any variations are there at base, then the variations at the emitter of first stage will also affects. The emitter current of T1 becomes the base current of T2. As just now I told, since it is emitter follower, therefore the output current which is flowing through emitter of first stage is equal to uh, the current of base of first stage transistor. So IE is equal to IB of the first stage. Assuming that the H parameters of two transistors T1 and T2 are identical or same, now it can be shown that the voltage gain of the Darlington stage is less than unity. Okay, the voltage gain may be less. It has high input resistance and the voltage gain very close to unity. Then does a single stage emitter fall over? Okay, as we know, it is a common collector amplifier. For common collector, the input resistance is very high, whereas the output resistance is very low. Therefore, since it is having higher input resistance and voltage gain is less, that is approximately equal to 1. Therefore, the single stage emitter follower, therefore it is called as single stage emitter follower. The output resistance will be low. Okay, the output resistance will be low. Okay, just now it's shown the input here applied at the base of the transistor T1 and from the ground. Vs is the input, whereas Rs is the source resistance. Okay, in order to um, reduce voltage variations in input signal, and it is given to the base of the transistor T1, and if any variations are there input, that will affect on the output which is taken from the emitter. So this emitter input is now applied to the second stage transistor base, and now we can measure the output across the load resistance which is connected at the emitter of the T2 and ground. So this is the output voltage, and this is a VCC. It is DC voltage which is used to operate the transistor in active region. Okay, since here the current gain of the first stage transistor E and the current gain of the second stage transistor, that is beta 1 beta 2, both are gets multiplied, therefore the current gain will be high, and also it gives very high input resistance. Okay, input resistance of single stage common collector is, as we know, that is high. Therefore the second stage current input impedance is now gets added. Therefore the overall current gain of the overall input impedance of Darlington pair is also very high. Voltage gain is close to unity. This is somewhat gets reduced. Voltage gain is reduced. Output resistance is low. As we know, for common collector, the output resistance is low. These are the very important characteristics of uh, Darlington pair, and also these are also called as advantages of common collector or Darlington pair. So this is mainly used where the input resistance is very high, where the input resistance high applications. Okay, and also in order to increase the current gain or where the current gain high applications, this Darlington pair is used. This is well suits for impedance matching because of input resistance high, output resistance low. Okay, the practical limitations for this: transistors T1 and T2 are identical and have H parameters. Okay, it should have both the transistors H parameters and properties of the statistics must be same. Then only we can get the good results. The leakage current of first transistor T1 gets amplified by the second transistor T2, resulting in high leakage current. Okay, this is one of the most important disadvantage. As it is an amplifier, if any leakage current appears at the output of transistor 1, automatically that will be amplified by using the next stage transistor amplifier because it is an amplifier. Therefore, the overall leakage current is gets amplified and the noise will be more. Applications of Darlington pair, where the larger input impedance is circuit is required. This Darlington pair is used. And also, where high gain, current gain amplifiers or circuits are used to used in different circuits, there Darlington pair circuit can be used. Used in high gain operational amplifier, which depends upon a very high input resistance for its operation as an integrator or summing amplifier in analog applications. Okay. The characteristics of Darlington pair. These are the advantages of the Darlington pair. Those are high current gain. This is very important. High input impedance. This is also very important. These are the two reasons behind which it is very much used. Low output resistance. Voltage gain is close to unity. Okay. Till now, we have discussed about a cascaded emitter follower circuit is called a Darlington pair or amplifier. It employs a pair of transistors called Darlington pair. It consists of two transistors T1 and T2 with emitter of T1 connected to the base of T2. Both collectors joined together. Okay. Next topic is feedback. What is feedback and what are the different types of feedbacks? Define feedback, need for feedback, types of feedback amplifiers. Define negative and positive feedback, advantages and disadvantages of negative and positive feedback. These are the main topics which are going to be discussed in feedback, and compare the negative and positive feedback. So from which one is used for different applications. Topics to be discussed. Working of amplifiers and their parameters. Next, topics under discussion. What is feedback and comparison of different types of feedback networks. Here the definition of feedback. What is feedback? What is feedback? Let us say when we go to a shop or any product we purchased, then they will ask for feedback. So what is feedback? Means what is the uh, statistics they have given and whether we meet those statistics and we are satisfied or not. So they will ask for feedback. Then based on the performance of that product, we will give whether the positive feedback or negative feedback. Okay, that is depends on the function of that product. Therefore, and one more example we can give, that is a live example related to our classroom. Whenever, as a lecturer, I deliver a lecture to you, that is students. So, based on my performance, I can ask or I can take the feedback of my lecture, whether it is good or bad. So, based on my explanation and how much you reach, whether this topic is understood for you or not. So, you will give the feedback that may be positive or that may be negative. Depends on my lecture to understand you people. So those who got understood, then they give good feedback. Those who do not understand, they will give bad feedback. That is negative feedback. So good means positive feedback. Bad means negative feedback. So here, what is feedback? The process by which a fraction of output energy is injected back to the input is called feedback. So, of course, if you give good feedback, then I will get amplified or I can uh, deliver more number of lectures in better performance, in better way. Or if you give bad feedback based on the parameters which you have which you have written, so that can be eliminated and I can give better performance than the previous one. So the process of which the fraction of output energy is injected back to the input is called feedback. The amplifiers using this technique are called feedback amplifiers. Okay, by using this means what, some fraction of output is again given back to the input side. This technique is called feedback. Okay. The amplifiers which are used in this technique is nothing but feedback amplifiers. Characteristics of basic amplifier. The important characteristics of an amplifier are voltage gain, input impedance, output impedance, bandwidth. These are the parameters more or less fixed for a basic amplifier. Of course, for each and every amplifier circuit, we have to measure the input resistance. What is the input resistance? And what is the output resistance? What is the voltage gain? Means by applying input, how much output we are getting. That is, the ratio of input and output is nothing but voltage gain. Bandwidth, how much frequencies are good in between, from which frequency to which frequency this amplifier can be used. All these parameters more or less, and also we can measure the current gain sometimes if it is required. So these are fixed for a basic amplifier. Whatever the amplifier you have taken, we need to measure these four characteristics. Need for feedback. The parameters of a basic amplifier are required to change it as per the need. Based on the application or use, those parameters are to be changed. Okay, there the feedback is required. If the voltage gain is low, we need to increase. If the current gain is low, we need to increase. Or the input impedance is low, we need to increase. If the output impedance is low, we need to increase. or all these parameters to be decreased depends on specific application. These parameters to be changed. How we can change? By the use of the feedback. These changes can be brought out efficiently by introducing a technique called feedback in amplifier circuit. Types of networks depends on the effect of feedback signal. There are two types of feedback. Those are negative feedback and positive feedback. First one is negative feedback and second one is positive feedback. Let us define what is negative feedback. When the feedback signal decreases the net input signal, that is, feedback signal is 180 degrees out of phase with respect to the input signal is called negative or degenerative feedback. If the feedback signal and input signal both are out of phase, means they are not mismatch. When this is mismatch, what will happen? Generally output signal will be gets loss or less. Therefore, if the output signal is less, what will happen? Overall gain will be less. All these things will be happen automatically when the output feedback signal and input signal are out of phase, 180 degrees out of phase. If these two signals are out of phase, then this kind of feedback is called negative feedback. Feedback signal is out of phase with input signal. Next one, what is positive feedback? When the feedback signal increases the net input signal. So net input signal is nothing but input signal before feedback and input signal with feedback. Okay, or the feedback signal and input signal together is called net input signal. If the net input signal is increases, means adding. When feedback signal and input signal are added, then it will be increases. So the input signal increases, net input signal increases, that is called the feedback signal is in phase with the input signal is called positive or regenerative feedback. Okay, this term regenerative feedback. So what are the advantages of negative feedback? The negative feedback, if a lecture gets negative feedback, in what way he is inefficient or his lecture is inefficient, those things need to be correct when the uh, negative feedback is given by the students. Therefore, due to which that stability will be increases. Okay, he can give better lecture next time because of negative feedback. So what are the problems the students are faced while he has given the lecture? Based on that, he can improve the demonstration or lecture in the class the next time. Therefore, it improves the stability in gain. Next, reduce distortion. If any problems are there, you can reduces distortion. Next, reduces the noise level at the output signal. Okay, he can reduce the noise. Okay, these are the main advantages of the negative feedback. So if noise is reduced, then the output is very efficient. The distortion is less, the output signal is very efficient. Disadvantages of negative feedback. It decreases the gain. This is one of the most important or worst characteristics. That is, it decreases the gain. Generally, the amplifiers are used for increasing the gain, but whereas by using the negative feedback, the only most important characteristics is it decreases the gain. Why? Because the net input signal is reduced because of out of phase in between feedback signal and input signal. Since the net input signal is gets reduced, therefore the output signal is also reduces. Therefore the overall gain output to the input, since the output is lesser than the input signal, therefore output by input gets reduced. Decreases the distortion, of course it is advantage. Decreases the noise. Due to these features, it is used in amplifiers. So the only disadvantage is it decreases the uh, gain. But whereas coming to other parameters, all are gets increases. Therefore, all are decreases like noise and distortion, etc. Therefore, these are important characteristics. These to be eliminated. Therefore, this negative feedback is generally used in amplifier circuits. Disadvantage of positive feedback increases the distortion because the feedback signal may have distortion signal or noise signal. Again, it is feeding back at the input side. Since the positive feedback is uh, defined as the in phase between feedback signal and input signal. Therefore, this feedback signal consists of noise. This noise feedback signal is added with the input signal. Therefore, the net input signal is more with noise. Therefore, this noise signal again amplified and the output signal consists more noise than previous. Therefore, this is one of the most important disadvantages of positive feedback. It increases the distortion. It increases the noise. Similarly, poor stability because of noise and distortion. It gives a poor stability. Due to these features, it is used in oscillators, not amplifiers. It is used in oscillators. Generally, oscillators is nothing but oscillators need not require any input signal, but it generates the output signal. Oscillator definition is it is an electronic device or circuit which gives the output signal without giving any input signal. So how without giving any input signal it gives output? Because of positive feedback technique. The positive feedback, the feedback signal is added with the input signal, the net input signal will be gets increases. But here in oscillators there is no input signal, therefore the feedback signal is given to the input of the transistor. This will be increases and it is a repeated process. Since it is repeated, the overall signal will be increases. Okay, due to which this positive feedback network generates output signal without giving any input signal. Okay, comparison of positive and negative feedbacks. Here, feedback signal, negative feedback and positive feedback. By the definition of negative feedback, 180 degrees out of phase with the input signal. Which one? Feedback signal. Feedback signal is 180 degrees out of phase with the input signal, whereas in positive feedback, it is in phase with the input signal. The feedback signal is in phase with the input signal. Net input signal in negative feedback will be decreases, whereas in positive feedback it will be increases. Gain, since the net input signal is decreases, therefore output signal also decreases. Therefore gain decreases. Since it is increases, the overall gain will be increases. Noise decreases, whereas in the positive feedback it is increases. Stability, is more in negative feedback, less in positive feedback. Improved and poor uses. General negative feedback implies in amplifier circuit, whereas the positive feedback is used in oscillator circuit. Okay, from this we can summarize the previous topics as the feedback. It is a process by which a fraction of output energy is injected back to the input is called feedback. What are the types of feedback? Negative feedback and positive feedback. Comparison of positive and negative feedback. Okay, next one. Principle of negative feedback amplification. This is a basic block diagram of feedback network, feedback amplifier network. This is mixing network. This is basic amplifier network. This is sampling network. This is feedback network. Okay, mixing network. What it mixes? The feedback signal mixes with input signal, where which is applied by the Vs, source voltage. Here Rs is the source resistance. If any variations occur in Vs, it can be eliminated by Rs. So the source input resistance or simply input voltage or input signal is in phase or out of phase with respect to the feedback signal based on the mixing network circuit. If these two signals are in phase, then will be added. If these two signals are out of phase, will be subtracted. Therefore, the net input signal will be varies with respect to positive or negative feedback. So this net input signal is applied as input signal to the basic amplifier with gain A. Okay. So this amplifier network or basic amplifier network gives the output with amplified version of input signal. This amplified version of output signal is now acts as input signal to the sampling network. So this sampling network, what is sampling? This will be divided. This signal will be divided into so many samples. Depends on the type of the network used. For example, this one signal may be divided into 10 signals. So depends on this sampling network. From the 10 signals, a fraction of some signals or a fraction of some signal is feeding back to the feedback network. So this feedback network is having some gain beta. So depends on beta, it gives the output signal across the terminals of feedback network. Therefore, this output signal is now acts as feedback signal to the mixing network. So for the mixing network, this feedback signal and input signal may be added or subtracted depends on the type of the network, the type of feedback network. Okay, here the RL load resistance is used. Across this load resistance, we can measure the output signal. Here it is input, this is output. This may be kept inside a complete block. Then now it has input signal and output signal. Okay, so the overall gain of this feedback network or feedback amplifier is nothing but VO by Vs, where Vs is the source voltage, VO is the output voltage. In between these two, VI, this is input voltage signal. This is Vs source voltage. This is Vi net input voltage after this feedback signal. This is V output of basic amplifier. V naught. This is overall voltage of the feedback network. This VF. VF is the feedback signal output signal. Feedback amplifier is one in which a part of output of an amplifier is fed back to the input. It consists of basic amplifier with gain A, feedback network with gain beta, sampling network and mixing network. 4 blocks. Basic amplifier net block diagram. Block. This stage simply amplifies the signal that is present at the input at its input terminals. Okay, whatever the input is applied to the amplifier input terminals, that will be amplified. The voltage gain of this amplifier is A. Let us take the voltage gain is A. Feedback network. It is usually a passive two-port network which may contain resistors, capacitors and inductors. Next one is sampling network. Using this network, we sample the output voltage or current. The sampled energy is fed to the feedback network linearly in series or shunt with the output network. Okay, just now I told the sample, the output voltage or current means given the output signal is now divided into so many signals. So each signal is nothing but a sample. So sum of all these samples is equal to that signal. Okay, this sum of the samples are feeding back towards the input again through feedback network. Okay, here this dotted lines is nothing but sampling network. Here which type of sampling we are using, that is important, whether it is current sampling or voltage sampling. The sample signal is here voltage, sampled signal is here current, voltage current. Next one, mixing network. This network mixes the feedback energy with the applied input. Okay, this mixing network mixes the feedback energy with the applied input signal. Okay, how it is mixing? At the input side, the source voltage Vs is mix up with the feedback signal. Okay, the feedback signal is connected in series or in shunt with the input signal. Okay, here this is the mixing network. Okay, this is series feedback, this is shunt feedback. This is parallel connection, this is series connection. So series mixing, shunt mixing. Here, this is very important one. Gain of negative feedback amplifier. How we can calculate the negative feedback amplifier gain? Here, this is a block diagram of feedback network. This is basic amplifier, this is feedback amplifier. Basic amplifier gain is A, feedback amplifier gain is beta. Here, the input is applied to the amplifier through a mixing network. Then the output is taken at here. Here the input is applied at the input terminals and ground terminal. This is the input signal. This is source voltage Vs. This is applied to mixer network, or this is flow through the mixer network, where for this mixer network the feedback signal is coming. Okay, since it is a negative feedback amplifier circuit, these two are out of phase. Therefore, it is plus. This is minus signal. Okay. Now this is the net input voltage. Net input voltage. The net input voltage Xi equal to Xf minus Xs, or Xs minus Xf. Okay. There, and this is acts as the input. Now this net input signal is acts as the input to the amplifier network, and this amplifier network gives the output signal. Again here this is a sampling network, and this output signal is divided into number of samples. So some samples are feeding back to the input side through the feedback network. Okay, this is the negative feedback amplifier network connection. How the signal is feeding back at the input side. Here these terms are described, where A is the gain of the amplifier without feedback. Here this is A, and Xs is the input signal, this one, and Xo is the output signal, this one, and Xf is the feedback signal, here this one. Xi is the difference signal, means the net input signal. Xi is equal to Xs minus Xf. Next, AF is the feedback amplifier gain. Actually this is not uh, given here. Actually this is beta. So beta is the feedback amplifier gain. Yeah, let us stop here. In the next class, we'll discuss about the uh, negative feedback amplifier overall gain equation. That is, overall gain AF is equal to what we'll get. Let us discuss the topic in the next lesson. So I will stop here. Let us summarize today's discussions. Today, in this video lesson, we have discussed about Darlington pair circuit and the circuit description, the working principle, the overall current gain, overall input impedance, that is characteristics of Darlington pair, and advantages, disadvantages, and applications of Darlington pair. Next, we come to feedback. What is feedback, and what are the types of feedback, and definition of feedback, and types negative and positive feedback, the definitions and block diagram of feedback, and just introduction to the negative feedback. Let us stop here and discuss in the remaining things in the next class. Thank you for watching my video lesson. If you have any queries, you can mail me at naar37@gmail.com. That is NAR37 NAAR37@gmail.com. Thank you.